Alright, so welcome back to part 46 of the C8 Corvette Solidworks design surface works. And in this tutorial, we're gonna finish up this step-by-step tutorial, and then after that is just going to be me doing all the mechanical parts of the wheels, the interior, the engine, and the gearbox. Probably I'm gonna bring you along with me when I build the racing seats, because that will include some surfaces. Uh, but overall, I'm gonna go quick with the wheels and engines and all the interior mechanical parts, which is going to be a speed run on this project. And then after that, we're gonna get on the next project, and of course, we're going to fine tune and fix up some areas on this model. Um, so let's just go over a couple of things that we're going to do in this tutorial. Just we're going to create a surface loft or swap surface around here for the blinker on this wing mirror. And then once we create that blinker, of course I will add some real mirrors on the back of it, but that's going to be on me. So yeah, we're going to add the blinkers here, and then we're going to add the Corvette logo on the front here, which is going to be the most important part of the design. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're gonna go jump into 3D sketch, and we're gonna to grab this 3D point, and then we have this surface here, and then I'm just gonna try to stay on somewhere in the middle, and I'm gonna bring it all the way from here. I'm gonna drop that point in the middle section here, one there, and I'm gonna drop a second point and this surface on the middle section here. Okay, and then once I done that, I'm going to grab a spline. Oh, let's not add that spline yet. I'm going to grab a center line. I'm just gonna jump into view from the top here, and then I'm going to add that center line somewhere in that direction, and then we will move that to align our plane on that one. So drop it there, exit the sketch, right, exit the sketch, and then we're gonna drop that plane right on that line here. So on the line first and on the point, and we can see it's already not aligning up with this line here, so we're gonna align that. So press OK, and now it's just a matter of moving this line into position so that plane will align automatically. So let's move it a little bit more, and that will now curve around the way we want it to. All right. So that's that. Second thing, let's create another 3D sketch. It's going to be a spline, and I'm going to drop that spline from here to this point, and then I'm going to click on this line, and I'm going to delete this coincident here. So make sure you do it in this step. I'm gonna bring this in to about here, but the line from the front view is going to stay on the middle. So let's give this line now a profile. So it's gonna be straight here, and then it will go in eventually in that direction. So let's be a bit more, Let's try to be a bit creative with this line here. So it's gonna come out and it's gonna bleed into that. So it's not gonna be thicker than this point here because we're going to bleed into this surface here. All right. So as you can see, it is in the middle. So that's good. So let's exit the sketch. Okay, and then we're just gonna make a sketch on this plane here, and then press normal to profile. Of course, we want to sketch from here. We want to sketch from this angle, or from here. No matter really. All right, and then we just want to grab a spline, and we're just gonna grab that spline from about here up to this point here, and we're just gonna grab that line and pull it out until we have that profile that we're looking for that blinker, something like that. All right, so maybe we can pull it out just a little bit more. In that direction. Okay, and then now exit the sketch. And let's just jump into surfaces and just do a simple swap surface. So select the sketch. Hold on a second, I got someone at the door. Alright, it was my Amazon man. Right, alright, so let's clear these things out of here first because it selected some stuffs. So let's select the sketch first, and then we're gonna select the swap profile. So as you can see, it bleeds in very nicely, just as we wanted it to, and then it's flat with that surface as well. So press OK on that. Okay. Let's just double check that we have enough surface body for that. There, that looks good to me. All right. So next thing I want to do here is hide this plane, hide this sketch, and I want to hide this whole body here. Don't forget it's going to be Extrude 7 when we bring it back. So we're going to turn this into a solid body as well. So let's go to boundary surface and then connect these two together. Clear selections. Let's select the top first and then the bottom. And then again, I'm going to fill surface on these edges here. That's okay. And on the other side as well. So fill surface, this one and this one. Press OK. Alright, and now we're just gonna go to knit surface and select this body, our body, the back body, this one here, and this last piece here. And let's check here, create solid. So now in fact that will be a solid body. Alright, okay, so now we're going to mirror this over to the other side. So for mirror plane, of course, we always using the front plane, and then clear selections, body to mirror. It's going to be this small piece here. That's okay. And then if we come down here and bring back Extrude 7, and then now we have that beautiful piece that's going into that surface, and it is indeed on this side as well. Okay, so that's our blinker for that section. Okay, and then now what we are going to possibly do here is do a shell out. So let's try that. Let's try a 1mm shell out, and then let's select this face here. Let's see what we get. Okay, so let's shell out about like there. Let's go back and then Control Z and shell out, so the outside will be a bit thinner. So let's go to shell out, and let's do 0.5 on that shell out. Select the surface, press OK. Okay, that shelled that out very nicely, and then let's go over here to surfaces, and then let's do a trim surface. Select this. That's a Solidworks. Anyways, we can leave with that piece probably. Probably you can leave with this piece here. It is a surface, but that's fine. So we shell that out. Let's shell out on the other side as well. So features, shell, this one, and then we're shelling out with 0.5. Shell that one out. Set the bodies to shell this one here. Alright, so instead, let's try the shell out again. 0.5 shell out. Okay, it shelled it out for us this time. Alright, that's good. Let's add the outside appearance to the inside of this one here. And then add to this one as well. Now we're gonna leave the yellow, of course. Okay, so that looks good. And then now we're just going to add a mirror inside this shelled out surface. Okay, so let's do that. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to jump to the top, and then we're going to make a sketch on the top plane, and then center line, and it will be perpendicular in that direction. And then I want to add a point somewhere about here. Okay, and then Control Z, we don't need that. And then exit the sketch. And now let's add that plane. So select the line and select this point here. Okay, and then now we're just gonna make a sketch on that plane that we just created. So make a sketch on that plane. Obviously we want to see into that what we are doing. We want to see that mirror. We want to see that mirror section. So let's exit the sketch. And let's add another plane off of this plane here. Reverse. And press OK. And let's do a section view. . front plane, clear selection, and we're going to use this for that. So we're going to use that plane that was created for that section view here. Press OK. So now if we go to that plane here and make a sketch on it, we're going to be able to see into our mirror here. Okay, so obviously we're going to do a converted entities. Not that one. We want to get all these edges. Not that one. Not that one. Lower edge. And then let's select these edges here as well. Okay, press OK. And now we're just going to offset these sketch to 0.3. To about there. So it's not, it won't touch our walls, obviously. And then now we're just going to remove the outside sketch, obviously. Without generating any issues whatsoever. You know what, let's just not snip away that. Okay, so that's good. And then let's do we're going to do a fill surface from that inner offsetted line. So fill surface, and let's just choose this sketch here. And we do boundary on that one. Selection manager. That's causing an issue. We're just trying that. There's other ways we can do this, of course. No, we don't want to align. Clear selections. Okay, planar face. We don't want the outside line, obviously. So let's go back in here. Edit sketch. And let's try to trim that outside line again without. All right, so it did work for us. All right, and this one here. All right, fantastic. and that mirror sticking out on that end. So we're gonna fix that. So exit the sketch. Okay, and then let's come into sketch here, 3D sketch, and let's grab that spline, and we're just gonna bring that spline from this point down to that point here. A bit of a long shot, but I'm sure there's plenty other ways as well. Let's bring it here and bring that somewhere here. And that will be working like that. I think that's gonna work fantastic. So press OK. But actually, what I wanted is add its sketch onto that one there. Exit the sketch actually. And let's delete that spline. So delete that spline. Okay, and let's come into the sketch and edit the sketch. Let's grab that spline again, and then it's going to be a 3D spline, of course. So 3D spline, and let's grab that, add that spline from this point down to that point there, and maybe we will add like a one spline point here and here. Okay, and then just click on that line and then add the control polygon. So now we can really manipulate that line the way we want it. So bring that down to about here. And bring it here, and then just making sure that we have almost the same and then we will, of course we want to be straight with that mirror. Let's be straight with that as much as possible. Okay, that looks good from there. And press normal to profile to jump back into view on that plane, on our first plane, which is that one. Normal to profile. Okay, and then we don't want to stick out with that line as well. Okay, and let's try and cut that to the sketch. Actually, was I? Delete that line again. Okay, we're gonna keep this mirror and then we will trim. We will do a trim. Okay, so let's do that instead. So let's go to the surfaces, fill surface, and select this line here. Okay, so that's our mirror on the inside, and then we need to do some trimming, obviously. So let's come into this plane here, make a sketch, over to profile, and then we are sticking out there. So let's fix that up. Convert entities, one there. Okay, and let's grab that spline now and then drop it on that converted entities somewhere here, down to here. And then let's move that into profile, somewhere to about there. Okay, now let's go to surfaces, trim surface, and let's get rid of that one there. All right, so now that looks a lot better. Yeah, it was a bit of a long shot with this mirror, creating this mirror here, but actually it came out pretty good. Okay, so next thing we're gonna do here quickly is we're going to thicken this surface, and we're going to take it midway. We're not going to take it up that much, so let's choose about 2, and then maybe 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. I need to hide the ugliness over there. Okay, so that's our glass mirror there that can move, and then we have the outside body as well. All right, so I want to add a fillet on the edge of this thing here. So we want to try just with one. So let's do the whole surface here, not that one here, not that one again. See if it adds it. Okay, it's not. So we're gonna try the different way. So fillet, and let's just apply it to this edge here. See what it gives us. So maybe one will be too much. So try 0.1. And then 0.1 it is. Or let's just 0.2, 0.2. And it comes almost midway, so 0.15. And that's more midway section there. And it goes all the way around. And let's select the inside as well. Okay, and that goes all the way around there. That's good. All right, and then let's just add the same thing. Let's just add the same thing here. So let's add it to the section first, and the lower section, and this section here. And press OK. All right, that looks good. And let's add an appearance on that mirror. So metal, chrome, and chrome plate. But we're still in section view, so let's get out of section view. Let's add it to this face here. Good. All right, so now we got our mirrors, and then we got this little blinker here as well. And then all we have to do now just mirror the mirror over. Right, so just let's mirror the mirror over. So we're going to use the front plane, and then bodies to mirror is going to be the mirror. Why does it want to select the whole thing? Let's go to features, and hopefully we can just choose one thing. And let's select the inside section. And let's just press OK and see what happens. All right. So instead, we're gonna do something very weird. Hopefully it won't be causing us trouble. So let's delete this mirror here, because it's a child part. So, and then let's delete this one here. That worked. Deleting that piece worked. And deleting this piece worked without any issues. So that's fantastic. So now we can mirror over our whole mirror again. So mirror, and then front plane, and then of course bodies to mirror, and the mirror itself, the whole thing. And I just want to make sure that, yeah, and the arm as well, the mirror arm, and then let's not forget the small piece here. And press OK. All right, that's fantastic. Let's add our outside appearance for now onto this blinker. And let's add that appearance onto this blinker as well. That looks fantastic. And at this point, I'm going to save the model. Okay, so now that we have our wing mirrors, let's add that window, let's add that chrome appearance to this mirror. And then let's just add this appearance to a small piece as well, just for now. All right, and then maybe here as well. Is that? All right, good. So we have the wing mirror, we have the wing mirrors and the blinkers. Now let's get on to adding our Corvette logo. Okay, so but first let's hide these things from here. Hide that, hide that, hide that. And then we're just gonna get into view here from the side, and then you already know we're going to make a sketch on the front plane. And then let's add a center line perpendicular to this surface. And we're going to add it somewhere here. And I would call that perpendicular. I hope. Yeah, somewhere there. All right, and then we're going to drop our plane on that line. So let's grab that plane, select the line, select the point, press OK. Okay, and then we're gonna make a sketch on this one. Normal to profile. Okay, and then let's add a sketch picture on that plane. And we're going to choose this one here. And let's take high resolution. And then we're gonna come in here and press 90. Actually, Control Z, minus 90 degrees. We want minus 90 degrees on that. So on minus 90. Or let's come in here. Let's just do it this way. Or this way. Let's spin it this way. So just remember minus 90 degrees, right? Minus 90 degrees will be completely straight. Okay, normal to profile, minus 90 degrees, and then we're just going to make that a lot smaller. Zoom in. And then let's move that into position. And I think we're gonna go about something like that, that much of a size. And then we just have to align these points, obviously, to get it in the middle roughly. And then of course that should be a good position for this one. Now let's go over here to says user define, and then let's click on this here and change our transparency all the way up to 100%. Okay, so now we can see that we can move it up a little bit. 7.1, move it up a little bit, user defined, and now we are on that center. And that logo is in a good position. Okay, press OK on that and exit the sketch. Alright, and now we make another sketch on this plane. And then we're going to trace this line here, these edges. And then they're going to be on the middle, of course. And just roughly come into these corners. Come a bit further out because we're going to add the fillets. And then come in here all the way. And then we're going to come out a little bit more, so when we add the fillets, we will retain our shape. And come up here. In here. And then we're just gonna come somewhere here because we will add our fillets. And just in the middle as well, this line here. Okay, now let's add our fillet. We're going to use 1 for now. Say check, but we got that one. The number 1, and then 1 will be good. I can see already. Add that fillet here, here. Okay, press OK on that. And then we're just going to add a center line about here, that point. And then let's mirror these entities over. So come in here and just select all these lines here. And then take out this one here, that one from that selection. And then we're going to mirror about this point here. All right, and let's just zoom in and see that we are connected all the way throughout. seems like we are. And exit the sketch. Okay. And then we're going to hide our picture for now. That picture we just added there for tracing. So let's hide it. And our sketch is still there, but it's not shaded in. So that means the sketch, it's probably open somewhere. It's coming to this sketch here. And okay, I hope you're not open anywhere. All right, so what we're going to do at this point is we're going to do a projected curve. Select the sketch, and let's select the face. Press OK. Okay, that's good. So now we have this here, and then we're gonna come in here to 3D sketch, convert entities. We're going to convert this sketch here. Okay, and then we're going to add right on the middle. That's good. And then we're going to add a 3D sketch, center line from here, and we're going to move it in the Y and Z direction. And let's jump into this side here, and we want to make sure that we're going to pull straight up in the perpendicular fashion. Okay, that's good. Exit the sketch. Okay, and now let's go to surfaces and extrude the surface. Let's select the sketch, and the direction is going to be this one here. And then we're just gonna pull that down to about 1. And a 1 millimeter extrude is probably going to be enough for us, and it's not going to be too much. Press OK. Okay, we want to see that logo nice and stick out very nicely. We can take a little bit off from it, just a little bit. I think it's a bit too much. So let's go back into this one and create a 0.6 on that pole. 0.7. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay. And let's hide this blue line here. And we can leave this one. Actually, let's hide that one as well. We don't need it. And then now we're just going to do a fill surface. So we're going to select all these edges here. Okay. Well, that didn't fill us up the way the way I was hoping. All right. So then we need to come back and delete a few surfaces, a few things here, and then we have to do things a little bit different. So 3D sketch, delete that. And then delete this one. Okay. And then instead of doing a projected curve, we're gonna come in here and do a wrap. Okay, and then we're gonna select the face. This face. All right. And now we're gonna come into 3D sketch, and we're going to convert this wrapped thing. So that's sticking onto the body very nicely. And then let's add a center line back onto this point here. Move upwards. And let's get into view here to make sure that we are perpendicular. And that should be perpendicular to us. All right. All right, and now let's do the surfaces extrude. Let's select the sketch. And let's select the direction of the pull. And this time we are on surface on that pull. So let's do 0.7. And press OK. All right, and then let's add a 3D sketch. A line from this point to this point here. And exit the sketch. Let's jump into surfaces and select fill surface. So select this line. 3D sketch is already selected. And select again all these edges here. Okay. Press OK. All right, and we jump over to this side. And then we can mirror over. So mirror face plane, it's the front plane, and then bodies to mirror is going to be this one here. And it looks like we are on target on that one. Okay, that looks good. And then she's going to come into surfaces. We're going to click these two together. Make sure that we are on the same plane. And we are good, fantastic. Okay, so now we got the deboss on this. We could have debossed the whole thing, but in this case, because it's too many curvatures on that, I don't think that would allow us to do it. Now, all we have to do now is add our decal on that front face. So let's add the decal now. Let's get into some view that is good for us. Okay, and that's our surface that we are working with. And to find our decal, let's go to appearance here. And in appearance, we can click on here. And then we're just going to do a right click on the mouse and say add decals, right? I'm gonna go down here and say browse. We go to desktop. And then we're going to use the same image as we used to do our tracing. Okay, and then I just have to select the face here. So that should be our decal. So let's try that again. So add decal, select the decal, stop. And there you have it. We want on both sides, not just on one side. Okay, so let's do something differently here. We need to make this into one surface. So let's delete this. First, let's jump into feature tree here, delete that knit. And let's delete that mirror. And let's delete that one side. Okay, and then let's delete this line. Okay, and let's try to do that in one surface. So fill surface, and let's select all these edges again. All right, so it patched it up for us very nicely this time. Okay, so first, okay, sorry about the trying different things and then going through one thing and get to another thing. But that's actually good because we're learning. So now we're gonna do the same thing. So let's jump to appearances, add decal, and let's browse for a decal here in my desktop. And you probably already see images of next projects that we're going to do. All right, so there we go. So let's spin this logo and let's zoom out and place that into position. Just a tiny bit. And just a little bit more. Let's just bring it down a little bit. Make sure that we don't miss anything from that beautiful curvatures. Let's get into a little bit of a better view here. Okay, I'm happy with that. Press OK. And that's our Corvette logo right on there. Okay, fantastic. Let's just add this appearance. Copy appearance to the side. All right. And that completes that section there. All right. So that will be it. And then thank you very much for following me all the way throughout this tutorial step by step. From this point on, the rest is going to be mechanical with me doing the wheels and the engine, the gearbox, and probably I'm going to bring you on with me for the racing scenes because that's a surface. And of course, if you're just tuning into my channel, I would highly appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. I'm making new tutorials all the time, and then the next project is going to be even better than this project, as I am learning in the same time as well as you're learning with me. Also, if you're just watching this video, I suggest you to start from the beginning. You will find the blueprints in the description. Also, there's other tutorial videos that you can select and you can learn from. So thank you very much for staying with me all the way throughout this project here, the C8 Corvette. Of course, you can add decals behind this grill here for the oil filter, and then everything else. I hope to see your project. I hope to see your C8 Corvette. If you've been following mine, I wish I could see yours if you completed everything on it. You know my email address, and also you if you GrabCAD member, and if you upload it to GrabCAD member, just if you mention my name, mention my channel, Inspired Design, that would be great. Inspired Design 101. All right, thank you very much for staying with me in this project, and I'm going to see you back at the brand new project when I get started on that one, and I promise you that will be awesome. All right, thanks very much.